This message is for Congressman Ron Paul. Congressman, I'm deeply, deeply ashamed. I'm deeply ashamed that you are a representative of this country, and I'm deeply ashamed that you are a representative from my home state of Texas. I was born and raised in this state. I was born and raised in this country. And I was taught the reasons why I should love my country. Apparently, you did not get the same education that I did as I was growing up. And apparently, you lack the same civility that I was taught as a child. As a representative, a paid representative of this country and this state, it is not your job to belittle this country or this state with your words. Congressman, we do not need another apologist in our Congress or in our White House. This nation has elected officials throughout the centuries who we thought would do the best for our country and represent us the best. That's the greatness of our society, and that's the greatness of this nation. We do not need people that we pay our hard-earned tax dollars out besmirching our nation on the 10th anniversary of one of the worst attacks on our domestic soil. I was going to make another video about 9/11, and I will. But because the Associated Press and other news outlets and radio and television reported on your remarks that were made so close to this tearful anniversary, I had to come on and make this video. While legally you can get up and say whatever you want, Congressman, this has been a deal breaker for me. If you are not with me, you're against me. You talk about Islam as if you really know anything about it. Not every American citizen has had the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia. I just happen to be one of those American citizens who has had the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia. I was 18 years old, and I got to see firsthand what the people of that nation and that culture thought of Americans, women, and Christians. Strike three, I'm out. As an American, as a woman, and as a Christian. My parents were over there for several years, starting the year that I graduated high school. And that is why I got to go over there and visit. Of course, you don't get to go over there and visit without an invitation from the king. You heard me right. That's what it says on the paperwork when you get to go into that country. You need an invitation from the king just to go see my mom, dad, and my little brother, who were on a company payroll. My dad had a job there. He was an engineer. And the company had negotiated building a plant over there to make equipment so that they wouldn't have to ship the equipment in. So it was definitely a benefit for my dad to be there and to get that set up for his company, and to a big benefit of the Saudi people. Congressman Paul, if you really believe what you believe about the September 11th attacks, then I suggest that you expatriate yourself. Because I, for one, know that you're wrong. Because the battle between fundamentalist Islam and Christian and Western nations has gone on for centuries. It's nothing new. It just happened to rear its ugly head in this specific way. It has nothing to do with anything else. In the world of fundamentalist Islam, you have a target on your back if you are not part of that religion in that world. It's really just that simple. When I was over in Saudi, I had a target on my back. The looks that I was given when I would walk in public or even at the airport, but you don't see women. You basically just see men. Men everywhere. No women driving. Of course, the women can only shop certain hours of the day, so most of the time you just see men. That's the way they want it. And that's the way that we think in America we should be. Well, in my country, women have rights. In my country, people of all religions have rights. And I, as an American, am proud of the strides that this country has made in our only just over 200 years of existence, to become one of the greatest nations that ever was. And you bet I'm going to be proud of it. If you are not proud of it, get off the government payroll and expatriate yourself. And to other Americans out there who think that America is not one of the greatest nations, then you need to go somewhere else too. If I truly believed the things that you believe, I would not be able to represent my state and my country. So that shows me what kind of man you are. The kind of man who would take money from someone who basically they want to thumb their nose at. Well, I consider you thumbed your nose up at me, Congressman Paul. So, it's been nice knowing you. I enjoyed some of the things that you said over the years. But even a broken clock is right. Twice a day. So, This video is to officially tell you I've had enough. And I will not be supporting you in any fashion or in any way. For those who wish that I wouldn't talk politics, well, I'm sorry. I talk about a lot of things. This is Lisa, and you've been watching another episode of Always Looking Up here on YouTube.